Cybernation Uncensored.
Better now.
Ooh, I get to go first. Hello, everybody. I am Riley Manis. I will be bringing you the now downtrodden, lost friend and family, and still resilient in this apocalyptic world, Percy Ward. Although my name says Elias Carpenter above me, that's nothing to worry about. I am still playing Percy.
First, you take my skill streak, or kill streak. You take my name, and what are you gonna do? Take my dog next?
Jojo, nuts.
Just look at the future. Just a look into Percy's future. Just a little bit of Elias.
Oh! That is some Last of Us meta. No spoilers, but fuck.
Okay. So, was I muted that time? Sorry. I think
Players have voice. Seems like it's just
yeah.
you.
Yeah. It's I blame OBS. It likes to just revert to the default mic every time, and for some reason the default is not my main mic. I don't know why.
Now you've got a voice. Yeah.
All right.
We got there.
No, OBS is the same thing for me. It'll go like, oh, like default mic, and it'll choose like my speakers. I'm like, that's not how that works. You're supposed to be a smart thing. God.
Exactly. So anyway, good times. Quickly reiterating what I said before. It's the finale. We're happy. And we're also nervous, and unfortunately VB is not with us here in game today. I spoke to them about potentially playing, but yeah, there's stuff going on. VB is with us in the chat, so if you want to enjoy some good back and forth with VB during the game, now is an excellent opportunity to do it. Get some of the inside goss on Grey Keeling. So yeah, okay. And VB, thank you very much for keeping us abreast of all of the information about my mutedness. Thank you. Now, continuing on, Rainy, how about you tell us about yourself?
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Rainy. I am going to be playing Adam Jazz Cornell for one more session here with The Last of Us, and uh, the opposite of poor Percy. I now have a family, and that's a weird change. So we're gonna see how that moves forward, and yeah.
Yeah, although she is talking about killing her dad, and who knows what that means. So
Yeah. Peed my pants a little at the end of that, but I think I knew what she meant. I think I knew.
we'll see. We'll find out. Last but not least, Alex.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex. I am playing Elias Carpenter, who is the the unchanged, reliable as an old oak. Hopefully there will be no axes or chainsaws. But aside from playing Elias Carpenter, I also on the first Friday of every month, right here on Cyber Nation Uncensored, I also do run a Talk Nerdy to Me. Did not have one this month because, well, it's the holidays. I I had a bug. That everyone in my house did, and just people had scheduling conflicts all over the place. So just this will be double time next month, and make good on you guys then. Um, but yeah, tune in, check out for nerdy stuff. If you're here watching us right now, chances are you do. Um, but that aside, yeah, I'm happy to see where all this lands us. Hopefully, not flat in our faces.
Yeah, hopefully not. But we'll see. Good times. So I am Brandon Perkins, also known as DM_Brando, and I once again am super excited to be here. And super nervous too. I was telling the group before we started that I think I'm more nervous now than I have been before any other session, and that hopefully is a good thing. We'll see. So yeah, right. So yeah. So uh, as a recap of where we are, this is in fact the finale, the very very last episode of The Last of Us 2D20, before some discussions happen behind the scenes about what's going to happen for our next season and so on, and what's going to be going on with that. So where we left off was the group confronted um, a wonderful Sam Fisher, really nice, friendly, sweet old man, and brutally murdered him.
Is that how we're framing this?
It's just just took him down a peg or two, or a leg or two, and it was an incredible, wonderfully dramatic fight, and unfortunately we did lose Grey Keeling in a very heroic way, and I think it brought all of us to some level of tears. There was a lot of emotion, a lot of drama, moments of like shutting down the camera and just sitting in your chair quiet for a little while. It's just to be like, wow, that just happened. So thank you very much to VB for bringing such an amazing character to the screen and playing them so well. It was a wonderful moment, and great to have you on the game and as part of this, and have you in the chat right now. Thank you very much. So the group today, they had set the daughter free. Her name is Clara Fisher. The though we all know the truth that her real last name should not be Fisher. It is much more likely should be Cornell, I think. Yeah.
That's the first. That's the first I've Rainey even heard her name. So like,
Yes.
for Adam, he's still terrified to get around to that.
Yeah. Yeah. And with that, the team also leveled up. Ding. So uh, we are going to have to check in with each of the members of the team just to see what happened with their level up, what they got, and what you're going to this finale with. So let's start with Alex. What's your level up looking like?
So we're at 4 or 5 now.
I believe you're at 4.
4. Okay. What was it? I took my rank up in focus.
Mhm.
So I'm at focus rank 2. I bumped up my guys. I was like, I'm gonna edit it right after the session we got the level up, so I don't forget. I did it. I don't remember what the hell I changed. I believe it was survival to 4. And then good old Jojo got his bonus, so he's now a bit tougher. His body's up to 6 instead of the base of 5. So he's a bit more of a tanky boy, and he can just scrap a bit rougher than before.
Nice.
And I believe that is that. Yeah.
Yeah, JoJo's a fan favorite, so it's good to see him getting a little bit more meat on those bones. So.
Didn't even think he could get tougher. Just fictionally speaking, assumed he was the toughest of all of us.
See, they start looking like those double wide pit bulls with all the huge muscles on them.
Yeah. Excellent. Rainey, tell us what you did for your level up.
Yeah, so looking at it, I definitely went up with crafting. So my crafting is now max level 3, so I can make just about anything during a quick rest that we can. And I raised my... Which skill was it? I think I raised my guns because I realized how terrible I am at shooting guns. It wasn't a very effective raise, but at this point I was like, yeah, I'm going to need a chance. I need to hit something. So
getting skills by osmosis from Percy.
Even
exactly, right? I'm like, just like, oh, I'm supposed to hold it like that? I'm over here like, I've been holding it sideways the whole time. This 6-shooter just...
God.
Yeah, oh, that's great. Yeah, that's so. I mean, any even 1 point can make a difference. So, it's not a bad thing at all. Riley, how are you looking for your level up?
We are up to tools 4 now, so if we manage to get familiar with the crafting table one more time to throw anything else up, we got a lot of options, and I believe I put survival up to 6 because I also edited this right after session last time and
Right.
do not remember what I picked.
Because it's only been what, like a month and a half or something. So, yeah.
fresh, all fresh up here.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'm pulling from fumes too as far as memory goes at certain items. So, there we go. So, let's jump right in. You guys have just saved Clara, and she hasn't spoken very much except to say that she wants to kill her father and wants your help to do so because she's come to this conclusion that you're there to help her, and this would be of amazing help to her. So, picking up there, is there any discussion or further conversation you guys wanted to have with Clara before moving on?
Well, yes. want to, yes. Will successfully do, maybe. but I think that Adam definitely kind of we talked at the end of last session how even just my behavior, like my actions unconsciously, are very much protective over her, and I've been like very awkwardly trying to always kind of cut in and just be like, "Hi, hi," you know what I mean? Um, in a way that definitely feels weird, and I don't know how she's responding to that. But after everything kind of settles, and she's free of the shackles and how she's been strung up this whole time, and comes out with just that fury to just go, and we're all just like, we barely made it here. You know what I mean? Like, it's like this opposites kind of we need a second to catch our breath. She's ready to just run out guns ablazing. um I think I'd say something along the lines of like, do you know where, get along the lines of like, all right, well, we'll talk about this, just give us a second to kind of take stock of what we got going on here. And like, we're looking over at Gray, taking that in for a second, and just kind of, we will help you. We'll get your father, but give us a second. Do you know where we're gonna find him?
Yeah, we gotta go. We collected proof of confirmation of kill, right?
Yes, something from Samuel Fisher that
I'm guessing they got like some kind of like family ring or something. So yeah, Elias is gonna take his utility knife and just like take off the finger, like finger ring and all, and just stuff it in his pocket.
yeah.
There.
And we did accept this job from Conrad, right? The very beginning of the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
So assuming we do know where to go find him, but I'm just asking her what she thinks this whole thing is leading to.
So she's seems a little surprised that Conrad, her father, would have gone to this level of effort to try and get her back. She kind of looks up and down in the room, looks you all up and down. She then says, I never felt an ounce of love from the man, and now he's willing to do all of this just to save me.
Unlikely. Arkin was just an excuse to cut his brother out of the profits of whatever enterprise the misbegotten family's been up to.
That makes some sense.
That's call a spade a spade. So, if it walks like a piece of shit and smells like a piece of shit, chances are it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I resent that comment.
Mm.
Adam tries to lighten the mood, and then he's like, "No, I'm kidding." But he does jump in and just say, "While Conrad may not have done this for you, and I know this is going to sound crazy, uh, there is someone out there who's glad you're alive and didn't die in all this craziness."
Don't know who that could possibly be. But look, and she looks at Gray. Who 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 is that?
Friend.
Someone who deserved better.
Did he die just to trying to save me?
What I've sniffed out here is that all of us have plenty of reason to hate Conrad and Sam. So as much to save you as it was to make sure one, if not both of them, find themselves in a very shallow grave in a very deep spot in hell.
See, see. Well, whatever his motivations, grateful. Sorry for your loss of your.
It's like Jazz said, he deserved better, but better ain't much of a thing in this world no more. So we make do with what we got.
What?
But we,
What did my father offer you in
Every
exchange?
time, every time she says that, Adam just kind of like visibly, kind of just like shudders. The
Well,
word "my father" just
yeah, and she takes notice, and gives you a look, um, second look, but then goes back to, but what did he offer you?
enough ammo to give the Fireflies a run for their money.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that catches me. He doesn't just give away that much ammo.
No, I'm knowing the man. The way I know him, I'm anticipating to come back to the business end of many, many guns, and our prize ammo to be used on us wholesale.
Well, if you're looking to find him, you're going to find him one of two places. He's going to be at the hotel, which I'm assuming is where you're expecting to get your payment, or he's going to be at a shipping yard near the hotel. That shipping yard is probably the best place to catch him unaware.
We have a boat.
Well, that's good. That's a good first step. I can help get you there, but. And she holds up her hands, and you can see the missing fingers um, that had been cut off so recently. And she says, I don't know how much I'd be able to help in the fight. Because this is all very fresh and new to me, and I don't know if I can hold a gun. But I can give you the best advantage of knowledge that I've got. If you want to take him at the shipping yard, I'll help you to find him. I'll help you to get the drop. If you want to take him at the hotel, then I'll try to keep you wise to his tricks, kinds of things that he would do in a situation like this. Because I suspect he's going to try and bring a fight to you, one way or the other. And he's probably not going to give up that ammo so easy. He's a right prick, is what he is.
like uh like Elias here said. Most of us didn't take this job assuming we were going to get this ammo. Most of us took this job to settle a score with the Fishers. So, well, I don't think any of us are surprised that we kill one and turn around and the other's got his gun pointed at us. So, I'm all for trying to sneak around. But, and I look at Elias and I look at Percy, who I assume is still in like a state of just catatonic, you know, fugue, whatever you want to call it. And I look back at this girl and I say, and I know you want to help, but we can't let you put yourself in danger at this point.
Ooh.
And by we, I think each of them know. I just couldn't say I.
You've already done your job. What do you care about me?
Let's just say I was a friend of your mom's. And you lost a few fingers, so you won't be as good a bassist as her, but there's still a chance. It's just bass.
Um, not to be the old fuddy duddy, but to put a more practical smear on it, you're a liability. You don't even. I'm sorry. This is the cold hand of reality. Is sorry is gonna slap a bit hard. Sorry, but you don't have all your fingers. You can't shoot good, and I don't want to go through all this to catch a bullet on my side of the fence.
All right.
So better just to sit down, keep your head low, like you said. Just give us the information beforehand, and if one of the three of us is in a charitable mood, we'll let you have your coup de grace. As much as it bereaves me to say it.
I don't think I could be the one to pull the trigger on that.
Good,
but
then I gladly will.
Appreciate that. And she gives Adam another long look with a curious expression before turning her attention to Percy. You don't say much, do you?
I didn't do this for you.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. And she edges closer to Adam. And there seems to be you can tell that she's got a sense of safety a little bit more around Adam than everybody else, because he's the one that's got the least gruff nature at this juncture in time.
Yeah,
She's got my survival instincts, clearly.
Yeah, we've got a harsh gradient of like neutral white grade, just like black, and it just goes in mood.
If she's trying to survive, sticking with me is not the best option, but I get why, I get why she would.
All right. All right. So with that, would you guys like to is there more that you wanted to talk to her about? Did you want to move on? Did you want to see about leaving the island, maybe doing something for Gray, maybe start planning, or what are your thoughts? What would you like to do? You have time on your side right now, so you can do yeah. Sorry, go on.
We've picked this room clean, and it's in totality, correct?
Yes, as far as memory serves, I believe so.
All right. I guess like would there be a relatively safe and expeditious way to get Gray's body out?
Well, given what's gone on, you know that you have mostly just infected left on the island and some other mercenaries that would be potential threats to you. Though you have shown yourself to be very clever and resourceful, so I think you would probably be able to find a way to get Gray's body out. Given that you know exactly where you're going, you've got maps of the island, you've got radios that you can pick up from bodies along the way, so that you can communicate with yourselves and eavesdrop on other teams. So I'd say you've got a good chance of getting things through. However, we can roll a survival check, survival endurance, just to see how well it goes overall, just to kind of encapsulate that and see how moving a body across the island goes for you all.
Okay, that is a 16, which does not pass, but a 4, which is 8. That's my tag skill on the nose. That's 2 successes.
Successes, okay.
What's the complication on this one?
The complication range, it's a 20, so it's
all right.
not
We're,
like
we're
1920
safe.
on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I failed with both.
Okay.
I think I'm just distracted with obvious reasons.
Yeah.
No help here.
Okay.
2 for me, critical success.
Wow. Okay. 4. Okay. So, that's excellent. That's what you needed. So, you are able to wrap Gray up. You found some blankets and some bedding and other things that you were able to properly wrap Gray up, and then carry him like on a. You find a portable stretcher to be able to do this as well. On your way, you are able to slip past other mercenaries. You're able to avoid the infected and make it to the boat.
Are there any well, they could be like other wet work cruise boats at the dock?
Yep.
Any chance we get an upgrade?
You
Well,
you do have
one,
your.
does it look better than, do they look any better than ours?
There are some that are in better shape that are not from the zoo. um, however, you would have to find a way to hotwire it because the keys are missing.
If only we had
That's
an
my thing.
engineer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get that classic scene of all of us about to we're carrying Gray and we're about to load him on this zoo boat, and then we look over and we see like this much nicer boat.
Like a mini yacht.
Yeah, right. We just look over at it and we all just look at one another and we're like, "What are we doing?" All right, so what do I got to roll?
All right. So roll your repair intelligence.
This is a very good one for me.
And lockpick. Roll both.
We have a full tank of AP, so burn them if you want.
And don't forget, VB gave you a -2 as well at the top of the session.
Nice.
Shit. We don't have them to keep track of those anymore. Oh God,
We have 2 -2s as of now with that, and then there's 2 +2s for old Dion.
Just for reference, do I know how many successes I need for each before I roll, so I can choose if I want to, or is that after
No,
the fact?
I can tell you that's part of the system. I can tell you. So you're going to need 1 success in repair, 1 success in lockpick.
Okay, I got 2 in repair, and it was like very easy to get those, but I didn't hit tag or get a critical. So all right, 2 there, and then lockpick. Ooh, that's a good one. And that's a tag skill on one, and a 17 on the other. I assume the complication range isn't that big. So 2 on that as well.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so you're able to get this boat going without the key. All right, so you're on this kind of small luxury craft. You've got fuel, you've got a running engine, and it's even got a couple of small dinghies on it. You find a box as well that is loaded with stuff. If you want to roll some dice, we can find out what's in that box.
I love stuff box.
Yeah, I like stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff boxes are great. They're just loaded with stuff. Okay, so roll 2d4.
Is this each or as a group?
As a group, choose somebody to roll 2d4. And I'll need just each of those dice results.
All right, I'll go
Okay.
ahead and throw those bones.
Someone else roll 1d6 and the other person roll 2d20.
All right, a 3 and a 4. Presuming higher is better for those.
Okay, so that's 15 parts and 20 parts, gun parts.
Damn.
So a total of 35 extra parts, gun parts. So, okay, there is a crafting table on this boat as well, as it is like a
Percy's gonna
small
get to
yacht.
work.
Yeah.
Percy, did you roll the d6 or the 2d20?
I have not rolled yet. I was letting you choose.
Oh, whichever you want.
I'll do the 2d20 then.
All right, d6 for me. 2.
All right, for the d6 is 2. You find some bindings,
All right.
crafting. You know what? Roll one more d6. Because this is a trunk we're talking about, so there's going to be extra stuff.
A 4.
4, okay, explosive.
Nice.
All right. All right, so for the 2d20, what did you get?
We got a 5 and an 11.
All right, so you find a hunting rifle and a flamethrower.
Oh boy, Percy's
Oh.
We need more of these. I already have one of these.
What you needed was propane.
Exactly. I already got one.
Give it to the girl and just be like,
That's
here.
a horrible idea.
Yeah, flamethrower plus 3-fingered butterfingers. Yoy.
I barely trusted Percy with the flamethrower the first time.
That's quite the haul.
All right, let's talk crafting and tool stuff here. Percy, you have 75 gun parts to work with.
Oh God, who do we? It's
And
really
I'm
who do
gonna-
we want to put that towards?
Yeah, and I'm gonna craft a couple of things just to have some fun. Let's try and keep it quick, but just think of ideas, things that will be fun to play with. Unfortunately, I have no blades. I cannot make another nail bomb. I'm all nail bombed out.
Yeah.
But with crafting 3, I can make a smoke bomb, and that's absolutely happening.
Do we have any upgrades on that shotgun?
Let's see. I think I have one. It's the magazine capacity.
Okay. With 75 parts, we could do a basic upgrade somewhere for 15. I think it might be worth knocking one of our hunting rifles up to with a power to knock its damage dice up to 7.
I could I wouldn't say no to getting some extra kick into Elias's rifle.
Yeah, let's do it.
So it gets an extra one extra dice.
Your damage dice goes to 7. The rifle should start with 5.
Yeah. Let me just make sure. Yeah. My hunting rifle is stock standard presently.
All right.
I've got another.
What do we want?
-2. Thank you, BB.
What do we want more? A first aid kit or a Molotov?
Molotov is what we're gonna live long enough to use.
All right, so one Molotov.
You know what? If we're gonna,
Who wants that?
Who has good throwing is the question.
Let's see.
It ain't me.
Because I got lucky on all my throws. I mean, I have 9 agility. If that's what makes the difference.
Yeah, my throwing's 1. I've got an agility of 8.
All right, I'll take the Molotov then. You know, if we're gonna go in on a hunting rifle, let's also give you armor piercing 1.
So
This
when we
thing just got intense.
When we level up, our health jumps back up to max. Correct? Am I
Um,
remembering that right? Or
it
no.
it doesn't bump it up to max necessarily.
It
However,
increases the maximum hit points. Okay.
yeah. However, you do have time on your side. I would say if you wanted to take the time, you can rest and bump up to max before you move forward with your plans.
Okay. And probably because I haven't used my memento yet, so probably if we like take a more like leisurely, stealthy pace back to to mainland.
Yeah, everybody can take a
Can
nap or something.
rest up, bind wounds,
Regain your
brood
luck.
on the memento for luck. Yeah, okay.
What does our What does our luck go up to? Does it go back to max?
Uh, if you're just focusing on a memento or something like that during downtime, it'll go up by one. However, given depending on the amount of time that you're going to spend recovering, we can go up to max.
I don't think we're taking a full on rest, right?
Probably not.
We don't want to push the time on our side too far. All right, so now my rifle is what, damage 6 and armor piercing. Good lord.
So, what? Since we got a little bit of time, we have a lot of extra weapons. We have 2 spare hunting rifles. We have an extra bow. We have Gray's good bow. We have another flamethrower now. Could we scrap these at all? Would we have any luck with that?
Yeah, let's try scrapping them. How many items do you have to get rid of?
Let's see. Flamethrower, hunting rifle, another hunting rifle from Gray, Gray's bow, Gray's extra bow, Gray's good bow. I have a 9mm I'm not using, so 6.
Okay. Are you? That's everything that you'd be planning to scrap?
Yeah, I mean, we still have full hands everywhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then roll. That's 6 items.
Yeah.
Okay, roll 6d4, and we'll see how
Got it.
many parts you get out of that.
It's, hopefully we can also squeeze every bit of brass and lead out of them too.
That's the plan.
Yeah, for Gray's really good bow, roll an extra d4 on that because you've already done some upgrades to it.
Got it.
Or we're scrapping his good bow?
I mean, I don't
That's
think
up
any
to
of us are
you.
really going to use it.
Because that uses does that use guns or something else?
It is silent.
It uses guns. Yeah, it's silent. Do we want to keep it? We can.
I've got guns 5. I can take it.
Yeah, go for it.
Guys, I just upped my guns to a whopping 3, everybody.
Hey.
Then I'll throw in my other flamethrower instead, so to have the 6 since we don't have any propane.
Mhm.
Let's see. We have 4 1s, a 2, and a 4.
4 1s, a 2, and a 4. Okay. That's a total of 50 gun parts.
Nice. See.
So what does that bring us up to total now? I mean, I'm letting you do all the tinkering, but
Yeah, back to 50 since we spent everything on the rifle upgrade. Do either of you have anything that you want to scrap up?
It's
I
don't
I've been
really have
collecting.
much.
I'm a hoarder.
Yeah, no, I don't really have much. I have a wrench, a revolver, and a hunting rifle.
Oh,
That's it.
we have Gray's revolver as well from his bag.
Does somebody want another smoke bomb? Just because I'm gonna use as much of the stuff as I can, just in case anybody else wants it, we can do a full on.
it seems like I think fucking Percy. All the names going in my head at the same time. Percy, you are our grenadier. It seems at the moment you've got the best.
Yeah. Throw them at me. Why not?
All right, I'll hold on to one. You can have the other, and you can take the Molotov as well.
Sounds good. Sounds good. 2 Molotovs in my bag now. So I have one from earlier. Smoke bomb. Would it be all right to scrap one more item? Mighty voice in the sky.
Yep.
That will be a 2.
That's
I
10
love
parts.
I do love the idea of like just think of this like fictionally, right? Where we hop on this much nicer boat, everybody's getting there. We finally all just get a chance to like sit back, set this boat going up the river. We're staying away from like everything. Everyone's getting a chance to just like finally close their eyes, breathe a little bit. Clara's probably pacing, angry, waiting. Jazz is just sitting there driving this boat, like, how do I say anything? What do I do? You know what I mean? Like he's just tinkering with like bottles and just like pouring stuff in, and then we just cut down to Percy, who's just like racking weapons, just
This
left,
is
right, and center.
it's Iron Man 1 down there, man. He's hammering away. It's going crazy down
In this
here.
tiny little like boat cabin, right? Just
He's
guns
swaying-
everywhere. Just,
swaying. He doesn't know how to stand on a boat. It's amazing that he's making it happen.
when you see those movies where someone's got a boat and like they hit the wall and it's just like guns, like Percy's made that in like 5 minutes.
Let's
Versus
see.
pro.
Yeah, with 60, we can knock another hunting rifle up to 7 to really be doing damage. Do we like the sound of that? Do we want to put some in the handguns?
And the revolver's already pretty meaty at 6
Yeah,
as well.
I mean,
So
yeah, I'll have my hunting rifle match yours then with a piercing one, which it already has now damage up to 7.
Yeah, I'll just keep mine with the bare minimums here. Just-
oh, I was mistaken. JoJo's body is at 7 with that level up. Hey, he's even beefier than I thought he was.
There
Big
you go.
boy.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, you do notice more muscle definition on JoJo lately.
Why does JoJo have abs? Are they doing incline till failure? What's going on back there?
It's just the dog just planking, just like doing like the point on the front of the ship, and there's no wavering whatsoever. It's like, what are you? What did that bloater do to you?
Being a bloater as a dog makes some things happen to you, man.
You've seen some shit, man.
I've seen some things.
Just, I was a good boy once.
Now I'm among the best. So, all right. Continuing with the guns, are you doing rifles or handguns? What are you thinking for the upgrades?
We'll just do another power on my hunting rifle this time, so we can
Nice.
really just be doing damage.
Nice. And you do have good stock of rifle ammo at this time, I'm assuming?
Yes, we did manage to get a good bit off of the people in the rooms and whatnot.
Yes, I thought so. Okay. All right. Anything else that's being worked on in the meantime?
Oh, work on no. Quick. I'd like to, in a example of how I would regain the 1 luck point on thinking on my memento during this little bit of downtime, is at one point I'm thinking to myself, how do I say things? What do I say? There's no way I can talk about this. Like, I don't have the right, you know what I mean? Like, she called Conrad her father, like, because that's all she's known. And I'm just beating myself up. Adam is, he's just having a rough go of it. So he's just focusing on tinkering little things and driving the boat. And he does the thing he always does, and he touches the pick necklace that he wears. That was Serena's. Not. Oh, not. I made this joke about bass earlier. Not her mom. But still, a bass pick, and I met her mom back in those days of my life, and I take it off, and I walk over to her, and I say, I know we asked you not to help us, and we're not gonna. We're taking our chances. We've taken our chances. We know what we're doing. and I know that you want revenge, but best to go in, you know, with you as safe as possible. And I want to give you this because it's kept me safe way longer than I should really have been around. And I hand her the necklace with the pick on it.
She accepts it, and she looks at you puzzled, as though she doesn't fully understand the significance, but recognizes that there is something there. She says, I never really saw my mom when I looked in the mirror. I never saw my dad either. So why is it that you have the same eyes as me?
Yeah, he was getting ready to say something witty, and then she hit him with that, and he just kind of stops and says, I I don't know if now's the right time.
At that, Elias just goes and just gets up with Jojo and leaves the room. It's like, I'm gonna go find a coffee. And just
This boat's gotta have a Keurig, right? I gotta.
It's- yeah, more or less
You're
like to give you one, give you privacy, but two, it's like you handle this shit right fucking now, and just locks him in there.
Yeah, and like, for as much travel as he's done with Elias, like he knows this man is like the perfect opportunity of like, you know, slow as fast, fast as what is it? Like, like even in his
So,
mind he messes it
yeah,
up, but he knows Elias is like waste not, want not, like action is the best thing. Like,
yeah, slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
yeah. And so Adam they leave the room and close the door, and he kind of just like sighs, and he looks at Clara and says, as terrible as he was, I can almost guarantee Conrad was probably a better father than I ever would have been. Which isn't fair, but I can't take it back now. I wasn't around even for your mom when I needed to be. I've always kind of just run away from problems. Uh, and when I can't physically run away, I did so irresponsibly. In the world before this one, kind of like gestures off around the boat to the world as we know it now, I could still be some kind of functional while still being completely out of my mind. Um, and when this happened, I had skills that were helpful, and I had bad qualities that were very easily manipulated by your father and his brother.
They're good at that.
Yeah, I don't doubt you know that all too well. I don't know what I'm saying. I can't I can't say. I still can't say it right out to you, but I think you know. And I'll say I'm sorry as many times as I have to and I can, but I can't let you run in there trying to get revenge for something that isn't your fault in the first place.
So she looks down at the pick necklace and she puts it on. She kind of nods to you and quietly walks to the door, looks back at you, and says, "I need to think," and then she leaves the room.
And he reaches for he reflexively reaches and finds nothing, and just kind of plops down wherever he is.
And Percy, while you're working, I'm sure you've got a lot of time to think. Is there anything that comes to mind for you that you might be thinking on?
What doesn't really? As cool and ceremonious as the Iron Man sequence would be down here, it's very structured. It's very labor efficient, as he had been learning from Jazz and from the other workers from the shifts he's got managed to get at the shops back in the QZ. And I mean, he remembers everything. When he works off just taking everything apart, he I mean, they're guns and it's a bow, but it was stuff that Gray had on him, and it's hard not to reflect. Even it's been like a day and a half, 2 days that we've known each other, but I mean, the brief conversation, the assurance of having someone he could trust. The only reason he probably would have gotten around with Elias was because his dad told him that he was all right to be around. Percy's always kind of been on his own with his family, which he's been grateful for. But now that he's lost not one but two people of the family he's always had and the family he's found, it's the distraught doesn't seem to end for him, unfortunately, with how he takes things, because he isn't weathered by the world that was before and hardened by it by having to be a survivor. He's always been here. He never experienced a loss like this, and it's different for him, I'm sure, to think Gray's gone now, Joseph's gone now. It's just how it is. There's no ceremony for them besides the little things they already did. He just thinks back to the same things he did before when he works on the rifle, about how he taught Joseph how to hold it, how he'd complain that the stock would kick back into him too much whenever he'd pull it, how he'd never lean into it right, how he'd press his eye up on the scope when we had one that worked. It's it's a rush of things. It's incoherent, but his hands are busy, just as the mind is, only in a more efficient way.
Um, so it's a very deep perspective moment, and I'm sure that there's maybe something as well where you think about having Gray on the ship, maybe, um, but unfortunately, you guys weren't able to get your brother, so that I imagine would come up. Be there as
Yeah.
and Elias, you get a moment with Jojo sitting next to you, and looks at you and cocks his head like he does when he can tell that you're thinking.
Yeah, it's just just idly running those woodsman's callous fingers, through like the velvety flat top of like the canine head. As finding comfort in the rough and scruff. So he takes off his dog tags. He's always worn. And he's obviously as a man who's fought in the service, but only one of them is actually his. The other one, when I've been close enough to inspect it, is significantly smaller, about a little bigger than the size of like the pull tab on a soda can, and it has the medical caduceus on it. And on the back it reads Jonah Carpenter, diabetic on insulin. And he's just rubbing his thumb over the caduceus engraving, and he's just he's halfway there. this journey that started when the world ended, that saw him arm in arm with the Fishers when they needed a capable man capable of doing unspeakable things, and who did them not for munitions or for a fix, but did them for a little glass vial of that clear elixir. And every single time he came to collect, the ask got bigger and bigger and bigger until it was too much. No matter how Eyes would bend himself over backwards to get it, and he couldn't meet quota and was cut loose and let go. And there was just the snail's crawl of months of watching a healthy boy, that came into the world just cusp of its end, wasted away, just to scale till thin, and then sickly, unable to keep food down until he was just rag and bone, and occupies somewhere a politely nondescript grave in the Appalachian wilds where Elias did his trade. And now, the most frustrating part is he presses on that dog tag a bit to the point where the tin kind of buckles a bit, because he had every intent to make sure that little Fisher bitch got bit so they could suffer the way he suffered. And now he can't. But he's still got Sam's brains under his fingernails, and that's a good thing. And there's been warmth, and there's been, camaraderie, and something he hasn't really known in a long time. And he's just, as he's grinding away on that buckling dog tag, he is what he is seeing as weakness, as sentimentality. He's stamping out those embers before they can catch light and provide warmth, because what he needs to be is cold, ruthless, and efficient. Because when the job is done, that's the end of the line. He's so fucking close to being free. It was just done with that mantra of malice. He just puts the necklace back on, kind of eases the kink out of the dog tag. It's something he's done many a time, probably when very sauced. And by the time he's come back to himself, Jojo's gone laid his head on Elias's lap in a very that service dog fashion. He's just scritching his ears you like Percy, don't you? Yeah, I like him too. His old bones aren't gonna last forever, but they'll just keep him alive as long as you have me.
Jojo lets out a soft whine as you say that.
Listen. Well, maybe we both didn't know what we were getting in for. You were getting in for the thrill of the hunt and 3 hot square meals a day. But you earned your keep. You're a good dog. You're the best dog out there, boy. Way too good for me.
With his head there on your lap, he just turns his eyes up to you. And it's almost reminiscent of puppy dog eyes in a way that you haven't seen him do in a long time.
You're a manipulative little shit, you know that. Just grabs him by the cheeks, just
Yeah, he ends up licking your face.
Oh, damn. You've been eating people all night. Yeah, have a Tic Tac. But I can't say no to you.
um, as this has been going on, Clara's been walking around the ship. She spends a little bit of time sitting next to Gray and not really understanding herself why. She stands at the edge of the boat and she grabs the necklace almost as though she's going to rip it off, but then eases her grip and lets go of it. Then she quietly sheds a few tears to herself because there's a lot that's happened and there's a lot to take in. And the emotions on the boat are high for everyone there. But she looks off at the sun setting behind the buildings of the city. She imagines that she is almost at her goal too. And with that, would you guys like to have a 5-minute bio break, or are you good to keep going? Move on to.
I could do for a quick bio break. I need to hail, hydrate, and take some Tylenol.
Okay. All right. So we'll throw up the break screen. We'll keep the mics live, and we'll try to keep it quick, around 5 minutes, if that's okay with everyone.
Oh, for sure.
All right. All right, everybody in the chat, feel free to throw any -2s if you've got them, or anything else to help prep this group of wonderful adventurers before they move into the final battle. All right. See you guys.
Yep. Ugh. Sweet. Recovering from the stomach flu is the fucking worst. Ugh. It's like, no matter how much I drink, I always feel thirsty, but you're always just renting it. Oh man. Ugh.
Yeah, there was some good stuff there. Drama. Nice. That brings us up to 6, I think. You do have 2+2s, so you know.
Oh God, there's so many things to tackle now. Fireball, fireball, fireball. And that takes us at it's 6. -2 is right better for players, yes. Nice. Because previously I was tracking the AP and Vampire Bites is tracking the pluses and -2s. And now that Vampire Bites is gone, I am now keeping track of AP and the +2s and -2s.
Ah.
Yeah.
6 -2s, 2 +2s.
I got us in the chat. I'll take over for him. Carry the torch.
All right.
Well, VB is still in the chat. It says Gray is
Hey,
gone. I'm right here.
I mean, if you want to keep track or at least keep us at least keep us on the straight and narrow, you do you, man. I
Hey,
don't.
chat,
What,
keep track of our resources for us,
What-
chat.
when I'm a spectator, I like to go. Oh yes, let them fight. And
Yes. Gray is here in spirit, and I oh man, I feel like the weight of this moment is palpable. It is ever present. So, all right, you guys ready to jump back in?
yeah,
All right.
Let's do it.
So, the night moves on, the full moon, and it casts its pale light upon the river as you move through the city very slowly. Engine almost on idle, just to stay quiet as you move through. Every once in a while, you hear a scream of a runner or the click of a clicker off the side of the shore, reminding you of what's out there, and as if you ever needed a reminder at all.
In the distance, you hear an elephant sound its horn and call from its trunk, wandering the zoo.
the fucking bloater elephant.
Yes.
Yeah, and the especially with yeah, it's just like probably on deck, like his rifle just like cradled in his arms. I was looking at like the full moon and like just the cacophony of noise. Just very quietly to himself. It was like the creatures of the night. What music they make. Because he would have seen that movie before theaters weren't a thing anymore.
Yeah, very true. So you continue slowly down this river, and after a few hours, Clara moves into the well, not the cockpit, but I guess the where you would be,
Cabin.
Adam. Yeah, in the cabin, main cabin. So
Sure.
she moves in, and she says, "We're almost there. It's just up here. It's gonna be on the right. You're gonna notice some lights on, and a number of cargo containers off this pier. Just be ready, because he always has some men there to protect it. He's got some very precious cargo there, and if you all want to get to him, you know, you could try to sneak, or you could try to, find your way through. I mean, I can help you with a bit of a layout so you can know what you're walking into. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. Did you want?
layout?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it like docks, warehouse, kind of? This is what we're looking at, kind of thing, or?
Yeah, there's one main pier that juts out. The other ones are too damaged to use, and they've got sunken boats there that you can't dock. But there's one good pier left, and you'll notice that it's, for the most part, going to be empty, and well lit, because they're using the bulbs from the other piers. And anyway, when you get there, follow down the pier, keep going straight between cargo containers. All right, you're gonna have a lot of left and right turns that you could take, but keep going straight until you see a crossroads that is also brightly lit. It's one of the brightest lit places there, and that's because it's used so much. If you take a left, then you're gonna find the office building where Conrad usually stays.
Yeah. Okay.
If you take a right, that's where he keeps his pallets of ammunition. So, and if you keep straight,
Alright.
it'll take you out of the shipping yard. That's the lay of the land. Did you
And
want
where
me to come?
expect? I don't know where we drop you off. That would be any safer.
I could stay here on the boat, or
Can you drive a boat?
could you show me?
Oh, what a bonding moment. Uh, gang, do we trust? I don't know. It's not a bad idea that, you know, if it hits the fan, at least you can peel out in the boat. But ideally, we're all
It's not like
in it.
hot wiring skills are genetically inherited, right?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I try my best to show her. Okay, you're gonna underneath this console. There's these two wires. You hit those, that'll start the engine up. Then you're gonna, and like I start trying to explain, like, go backwards like this, just rip it forwards like this. If you got to get out. Otherwise, we'll ideally be back before any of that happens.
Right. Okay. So, I just rolled to see how well she learns that. If it comes up, you'll find out what that roll was.
Great. Okay.
All right. Speaking of rolls, for later, I want you to roll a perception endurance now. Each
All
of
right.
you.
PWB is giving good advice in Twitch chat that I am probably, my character is probably too dumb to think that much.
All right.
What was this one? Perception what now?
Perception endurance. Or sorry, survival. Perception survival.
Survival.
My mistake.
So that's
One here.
Okay,
two
one
successes.
Two successes. And Riley was 2 successes, so that's 5 in total. Okay.
And endurance in survival is not something I think is thematically a fitting role for just to be used somewhere around here, given the tagline of the series. Endure and survive.
Endure and survive. Good call.
Pretty fitting.
That's true. All right. So you begin approaching the pier. How would you like to take this entry?
And where to expect basically sentries posted up either on shipping containers or along this lane.
As she explains it, yeah, she talks about there being some snipers on top of shipping containers. And most of the men that you're going to encounter are going to be on the ground on patrol.
Okay.
So men and women, of course, equal
Staff.
opportunity employer.
Mooks number 1 through 7.
So.
Yeah, this is tough. The smoke bomb. It seems like a good idea, but it stays in one zone, you know.
There is not much air movement this night. So as far as like wind or anything like that, you wouldn't have to worry about that blowing smoke away very quickly.
Since we're coming in like slow and quiet, I will switch to the gray bow. That one was what? Just had a boosted damage.
Rate of fire 1.
Okay, rate of fire 1. All right. So yeah, I'll switch to that. Stay at the ready. Keep my eyes on high. If I see like a sniper sentry, so the moment there's like, hey, who goes? And just thwap. Keep us, nice and quiet.
How are said sentries, like, I suppose, distributed? Are they in a building together across some balconies? Are they on top of different shipping containers?
So she describes that the ones on top of shipping containers are only occasional, and they're usually just snipers with bows or rifles. And as far as other distribution, mainly brightly lit areas have stationed sentries. For the most part, because brightly lit areas are the most important. And then there are patrols that move through between the shipping containers as well.
Do we just come in hot and just try and hit the high ground snipers as we approach?
If we can somehow get off early, we could sneak up and take out the high ground. So we have it. We have a
Is there any
bow,
way to
I have a
drop us off
machete.
near one of the, like around the backside of one of these piers? Have her sit behind like a shipping container in some shadows where there's no light, and we get out over there?
I want you to roll a luck roll. Luck, survival.
I got 1 success.
1 success. Okay. You look around. Unfortunately, one success was not enough. You don't see a way to be able to um, anchor the boat where it's going to be safe to do so. There are some piers with sunken boats and debris around them, as she had described, and you don't really see anything on those darkened piers that would help you, unfortunately. Um, Being stealthy is going to be a little bit more challenging because of the moonlight and the main pier being brightly lit. So if you're stopping at the main pier um, to enter the area, then you're going to be in bright light as you do so. However, keep in mind as you're approaching, you don't see anybody on that pier.
Just take what we can get.
Yeah, I guess drop us off at the end. How far would it be to walk the pier to that intersection and take that left to the offices?
The pier isn't incredibly long. You'd be able to get down it in probably less than a minute.
Oh, okay. So yeah, just drop us off at the end kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yikes.
you
Oh
so you
gosh.
could do that. Yeah. Again,
Oh
the
gosh. So now it's like, do we tell her and then just take the boat out to the middle of the river and wait for us till you see us running, or stay right here?
And we never see her again.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the thing. It's like
Uh,
this is freedom.
I mean, depending on where we are, because our did we take path back that we had originally taken to get to Rikers? Did we turn somewhere else?
you mean on the island itself, or oh, sorry, you mean the way you took with the boat?
Yeah.
This is a little further downriver. So this is not in the same direction as the zoo. You would have passed the zoo on the way here.
Okay, so we're already past the zoo. So if we kept going, it'd be more towards where we started, basically.
Yeah, this shipping area, the pier and that, it's all uh pretty close to where the hotel was. Okay.
Top out, I guess.
All right. So you pull up to the pier. Um and she
Immediately
takes
just
the
gets
wheel.
fired on.
She takes the wheel. She says, "Do you want me to just stay here, or want me to take it around the block?"
I really
Just
don't.
I mean, either way, if we get caught, we're gonna have all the attention on us. Would we
Yeah.
rather her be already away and safe, and us just have to fight our way out anyway, or her stay here and potentially get caught?
Stay here, but if anybody comes over, take off to the middle of the river, I guess. Like,
Take it to the middle of the river.
That works.
Okay. Uh,
all
and
right.
just show me quick how the anchor works. Well, we'll say you show her. Um,
This is a knot you're gonna really want to know for the rest of your life, and I just gonna.
okay. Okay. So you pull up to the pier, and how are you getting off the boat? Are you doing so stealthily, or are you doing so just coming in hot?
I think slow to start. We're down a man.
yeah. Let's
Form
start.
up and just kind of move
Yeah,
slow, smooth as fast.
I
Yep.
can lead us out.
Start quiet and then explode in their midst.
Right. I would like a group stealth roll then, please. So somebody take the lead, and then.
I'm switching dice.
I'll lead us out.
Yeah.
I have 2 normal successes.
Just one, but that's pretty good because I'm not good at this.
Okay, you need 3 successes, so you've got
And,
it.
one success as well. It's a normal one. Yeah.
All right, so that's one extra you can put into your AP if you need it.
Were we down one? Did anyone use any AP earlier?
Don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think any has been used yet this session.
Then we're still at max.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. So, you move down the pier. The odd little scuff of your feet, but for the most part, you feel like you're being really quiet. The pier is well lit, as said before, but you're able to make your way down and get behind the corner of a shipping container. That's when you look up and you see there's a guy with a bow on one knee, taking stock of the area, looking around.
What if you get ready to catch?
Don't. Damn it, we don't. I was about to say, Gray, what do you hear? We don't have a focus anymore. Oh God.
I have focus too.
Elias has been working on
Thank
focus.
God. Is there
Yeah,
anyone else around? Does
It's
anyone else
nowhere
hear
near
anything?
as good as Gray's. Like fucking what? Show me sight beyond sight. Like his level of perception, but yeah, I guess I'll do a focus before trying to give that man a one new hole to breathe his final breath out of.
All right. So as you focus, there is a scuff of a foot above you, which allows you to detect that there is somebody on the corner of the shipping container right above you, just as there is somebody on the corner, the one that you know of, on the shipping container across the pathway.
In true Elias fashion, he's just gonna knife hand the guy up and knife hand in the direction where he heard the other scuffling. Just gonna draw a couple arrows and draw a bead on the one above us.
Okay. You've got that extra rate of fire, so you could get 2 shots off potentially.
Yeah.
All right. So, roll to hit.
Jojo, hunting season.
That is, I need to get some dice that are easier to fucking read sometimes. Okay. Alrighty, so that is it's what, agility 8. All right, so that's one success, and then that is a that's a 5, which is my my tag skill on the money, so that's 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, that's more than enough. So that's a hit. Where do you hit and how much damage?
Oh, and that's that's a d20 to determine the location, right?
Yeah.
Let's do that. That's a 19. That's going to be, where is that?
That is the right leg.
Oh, it's less lethal than I would have liked, but let's go here. Bow. All right. Dice 5.
Are you going to take the rate of fire to get that extra one?
Yes.
Nice. If you needed the arrows, there was 34 on Gray. So
I knew we had a metric buttload. I just don't know how metric that was. Okay.
Yeah.
So the rate of fire 1 gives me an extra attack, or I spend the rate of fire 2.
you will expend an extra ammo to roll 1 more damage dice.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, here. That is a 1, a 4, a 4, 5, a 5, and a 6. And yeah. 1, 2 4s, 2 5s, and a 6.
Okay.
4 damage.
Yeah.
That's total damage is
I think that was 4 or
Yep.
5.
Yeah, I think it's 4. Okay.
and on the bow's thing is silent, so yeah, no thing special procs there.
So 2 arrows into this guy, and you see some blood that looks black in the moonlight, starting to come out of where one of the arrows struck as it hit at an angle. But he's still on his feet. He's wavering. They land in his leg, and he's he's not on his feet because he was essentially down on one knee anyway. So 2 arrows into his leg, and he goes ah, and grabs onto his leg. Then starts to look around. You hear the individual above you start to shuffle, like, "Hey, what's you okay?"
Like this is like, how the fuck did Gray make this shit work? Gray just going into like slapping people on the head, and they just go down like that. I'm like, motherfucker.
I can try if you want me to.
See,
Don't worry, Percy will do it. And all right, I get Helga out the second this guy pokes his head over the side of it. What's going on down? What?
All right. And with that, we'll enter into our initiative order, starting with Percy.
Are we going loud, or are we gonna try to keep it quiet? We're going into initiative. We gotta go loud.
I'm going
so,
revolver wrench.
All right. So there's the fellow who's like right there, who was just shot, and then there's one guy above us that we can't see.
Yeah, there's one guy right above you, and the guy on the shipping container just across the pathway that just got shot.
Cool. I'm gonna shoot the guy that got shot.
All right.
I guess I'll take the bonus action, or minor action, excuse me, to aim to get a reroll on one of these if I need it.
Yep.
And definitely need it. Let's get rid of that 19 and make it a 2.
Ooh.
To overkill with 4 successes, because that's overkill.
Yeah.
Let's see, +1 piercing. So what does I take it that hits?
Oh yeah. That's definitely a hit.
All right.
So let's find a location and damage.
Let's see, 13. Is that one of the legs? I just had it.
13 is right arm.
Right arm. Okay. 7 damage dice going to that arm with that new power upgrade.
Yes, rifle.
Okay, 2, 5, 5, and 5. Yeah, the rest are 3s and 4s. So we just barely clutch out 5 damage for the critical injury.
Yeah, okay. He drops the bow, and you can see that you hit an artery as there's a spurt of blood. Again, just black blood in the moonlight. And he crumples down onto the onto the shipping container. The gentleman above you, you can hear him shuffling and moving and looking around, trying to find the location of the gunshot. Next is Elias.
well, don't reinvent the wheel. He's gonna swap from his bow to his rifle. Would I be able to position like I guess massage an angle to where I can see the guy on the crates on top of us and just play whack-a-mole with him?
You lean back a bit and then you realize that if you take a couple steps away from the container, not into the pathway, but essentially towards the pier, then you'll have a better view of him.
Fuck yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go for it.
Immediately get shot. No. Yeah, let's just peek out. Just, take a shot at him. It was a minor action to switch weapons, so I can't aim. That is still that is 3 successes. What's one more on my tag skill and one so close but no cigar and a double crit. So I've got 6 on this thing now. Why the hell not? I'll spend an ammo for a 7th. Okay. One, two, so what? One, two twos, 2 3s, and a 4. So
that's what 4.
Five damage, isn't
5
it?
damage.
Two
Yeah,
twos.
5 so
Oh, 2 2s.
yeah, there's I see the 2 3s and I go, so yeah, 5 damage. It's got the AP1. This I need to roll hit location. 7.
7. It's the left arm. So he drops his gun, and it's a critical injury. He's bleeding down his arm. That arm is pretty well useless to him right now. But yeah, his rifle goes clunk on top of that shipping container, and he starts like not screaming loud, but like it's anybody within a close vicinity would hear. All right. Adam is next, if that's the rest of your turn.
Oh
Elias.
yeah.
Yeah, I moved. That was that. Yeah, I'll have my turn there.
Okay.
All right, so we've gone loud. But so shipping containers are pretty tall. I don't think is this guy like leaning over. Put it this way: can I hit him with Helga, or would that be difficult to
That
move up there?
Yeah, he's essentially in a different zone right now, because of how high that shipping container is.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, in that case, I'll take a step out to where Elias just was to have an angle on him.
Mhm.
Bonus action, kind of steady my revolver, uh, you know, along with my wrench, dual wielding in a real weird way, and use that as an aim and take a shot.
Sure.
I'm not
Okay.
great at shooting, but give it a shot.
Oh, you better than you were just last session. So.
Like you use the wrench to make like a 4 grip on the barrel.
Oh, and I did say I aimed, so that 18 becomes a 10, so still probably a failure. Let me double check. Guns. Ooh, if I use a -2, it becomes 2 regular successes.
Take it.
All right. Yeah, so that'll -1 after the fact, which brings it down just to the 8 I need. That's how bad I am at guns.
Okay. All right.
But that's 2 successes, so it's probably a hit.
Yep, that's a hit.
Revolver does 6d6, is that right?
Yeah, it's a good
Yikes.
weapon. A small clip, but a good stopping power.
It's a 44 Smith and Wesson.
Oh, yeah, pretty good damage here too. 2 1s. Oh no. I thought that was nope, bad damage. I take it all back. 2 1s and a 5. So
1 to 5. That's 3 damage. Okay, so you hit him. Where do you hit him?
location
Yeah.
5.
5. That is torso. So square in the chest, he takes a bullet, and he crumples down. He's not dead, but he's very close. You can tell that you hit him in a lung because his screaming becomes more of a bit of a gurgle. So he's not screaming. He's not making much noise, but he's still alive. He's in no condition to be able to fight at this point. What would the group like to do?
If we run now and they run to check out this dude who keeps making noise. Although, then the boat.
Yeah. So there have been gunshots. So despite the screaming and even quieter screaming, the gunshots would have been heard at a distance.
Let him bleed.
Move on.
Move on.
Yeah, if we don't hear anyone running at us, we might as well get out of here.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so you're moving down that center pathway?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. You're moving down the center pathway, and there's a left turn that comes up just as you hear some footfalls coming from that left side. Sounds like multiple people.
Is this smoke bomb time? Is this area very well lit? I was planning on using mine in the very well lit kind of intersection.
Dimly lit in this area.
All right, not yet.
All right. Are you guys continuing past or?
Yeah, I think continue past.
Yeah, I like the idea of just like now we're just moving. We're just
going.
Chop off the head. Chop off the head is what we're
It's
doing.
either that or just fucking like in passing lava Molotov down that hallway and
flamethrower just.
Okay.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool with just move on.
Okay. They both rolled critical failures in detecting you. You guys move past. And they, as you move past, they hang a right and start heading towards where they heard the gunfire before, where the dying individual is. So, you guys continue moving straight down this path. There's another turn on the right side. The area is dimly lit. You don't hear any footfalls coming from that right pathway. The next intersection is the crossroads that she talked about that is brightly lit.
I think this is smoke grenade time. We know we're taking a left, so just like hold on to the shipping container, so that way we have a, tactile surface. When we hit the corner, we hang the left. We keep following the wall until we're out of smoke bomb range. But for the most part, are getting in and getting out of that. That was my plan.
all right, yeah, let's stack up.
Do it.
Do I need to roll to throw it in the right place, or are we assuming it pretty much works?
If you're throwing it in a specific position or a specific place, then yes, roll throwing. Otherwise, we can say it'll just land generally in the area that you wanted it to go.
I'd like it to cover all four of the ins and outs of this T intersection, or like of the crossroads.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Does that require a roll?
Yes, because you'd be aiming for the middle of the crossroads, essentially, right?
I mean, it's one success.
Okay.
But can I aim a throw?
Yes. I would assume that a throw is already technically being aimed, but
fair. I meant the minor action of it, but yeah, that's fair.
Oh yeah, well yes, you can. Okay.
That didn't make a difference. Okay, but so I get one.
All right. So, it lands square in the middle, and goes off. Smoke floods down all four of these four corners, and there were some footfalls that you heard after the smoke bomb goes off that stop and slow. And you hear a little bit of coughing and some people say, come on, Like, so, where are you going?
Left.
Left. Okay, you take a left. You can't see what's going on. Give me a perception survival. All three of you.
All three. I'm ready. That is 3 successes.
Okay.
Wow.
With the fog, it's just like this is
6 altogether.
Yeah, it's Appalachian weather now. He's in his moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we knew the general direction of where we were going, so we have the benefit of hopefully it working out.
Yes, and sticking with your stealth roll from before, we'll say that you're using stealth in the fog, and for sake of brevity, we'll use the same roll. And you are able to sidestep around some guys without them noticing you. Some guards are none the wiser as you start to close in on Conrad's office. You exit the fog. And you see a small building. It looks almost like a school portable, with like the metal siding and some corrugated roofing, and it's not pretty, but you can see that it has lights on and it is in use. How do you approach?
How big is the building one more time?
The building, it's not very large. It's probably about 50 feet across from the front and the widest side.
Like
Maybe
12 by 50.
it's not much. Like it's a little bit smaller than a shipping container itself.
But the mobile offices you'd see at like a construction yard.
Exactly.
Well, it's the that is going to be shouldering the rifle, taking the shotgun out, and but it's capacity too, so it's a fucking break open.
Yeah.
It's weird. Cue the the fucking Doom soundtrack.
What would using our our pyrotechnics knowledge of flames from this 2-day festival, about how much fire would it take to cover all of the inside of this building?
The inside of the building would be a zone in itself. So essentially, a Molotov could spread and fill that zone.
Oh, good thing I have 2 of them.
Oh, uh,
there are some
Cover the
windows
doors.
too, if you wanted to.
yeah, just go with use use your wrench to smash open the window and just lobs a
Yeah.
grenade in as they
Sure.
as they make the Bernie dance out the door. I can just mop them up.
That's a wildly fun idea.
Let me sweep around the back just by myself to make sure there's no back exits.
It goes around the back, but he's just like, yes, arson.
All right, sweep around the back. Give me a perception survival.
Got it. Let's see, perception survival. I am going to take a -2, if that's all right,
Go for
after
it.
the fact, to give myself
Use
2
'em.
successes.
This is down to 2 now, I believe.
4 with the boon we received earlier.
Oh, okay.
So I have 2 successes on that roll.
Okay,
Both of them.
2 successes is what you needed. There is no exit on the back, but you catch through the window. You see that there are 3 individuals inside this building. One of them is Conrad. The other 2 are heavily armed and armored.
Good for us.
Right.
I will sneak back around to our friends. Conrad's in the building. 2 other guys. Say we block these doors and let them cook.
I kiss Helga and I say, Helga, forgive me. And I'm just gonna smash window when Percy's ready.
Is there anything we can use to actually like bar the door from the
Yeah,
outside?
block one of the other doors.
All right. Give me a luck survival roll. Whoever may choose, whoever has the highest luck, or best survival, or however you want to do it.
Not me.
I've got survival 4, luck 4.
I got tag survival 6.
Oh yeah, you take it.
All right.
I'll take an AP just to be safe.
Yeah. Engage with the mechanics.
Yes. Percy's
The kid
dice
is
come in
back.
clutch.
6 successes.
The kid is
Jesus
here.
A 1, a 2, and a 5.
Oh man. Okay. You needed 2. So I guess you're full up on AP if you needed it. So you find there's bricks and other bits of debris that have been spread around, and you find a broken broom handle. There's also another wrench, not as nice as Helga, but there's another one there, just sitting inside a toolbox that's otherwise empty.
Yeah, I guess depending on if it's a like knob closure or like the L bracket.
It is it is one that you could yeah, it's sort of one of those brackets, not the L one. It's one of those ones with the push down thumb.
Okay.
Yeah, handle. So that was part of the luck roll, was what kind of door handle you were up against as well. So
Alright.
you are up against one that you could stick something in, and it'll block the door from opening.
Yeah, it's like just like the broom handle through. Presumably there's like there no, but put the broom handle through. Then with like that, presumably it's one of those like the adjustable the monkey wrench with the adjustable clamp yaw, and just like clamp that on like over the broom handle and the door handle just to keep it nice and clench.
Yeah, let's say this wrench is a vice grip.
Yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah, I just call them just it's always been the monkey wrenches for me, but yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Vice it down, like until I can like hear the grit of the door handle and the crunch of the broom. It's like, all right, clear.
All right. So, how are you making this this approach? Who's doing what?
Smashing a window. Percy's throwing a Molotov through.
I
Okay.
guess Elias will watch the far door since he's got hands free.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that.
Shotgun
Presumably,
ready.
Percy told us that the guys in there were heavily armed and armored.
Yeah.
And in that case, I'm gonna be at fucking optimal skeet shooting range with my rifle.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, Pearson, good call.
Okay. So the door is broomed and vice gripped, and nobody is any the wiser. Let's do some rolls. All right. On the attack on the window, make sure it's enough to break the glass. It won't take much. You need 1 success, and you need to do at least 1 damage. For throwing, you need to throw it into the window. Are you basically right there, like lobbing it into the window right beside, or are you?
Yeah, it's gonna be like a light toss, like right near the window, but not right on top of Jazz, so we can get a good swing.
Got it.
I'll make sure Jazz breaks the window before I slugger this thing home.
Okay. And Elias says a
So
held action. Sorry,
So
what was
I
that?
did. I did critically succeed at hitting the window.
Yes.
I got a natural one on hitting an inanimate object, and then I rolled my damage, which for a wrench is only 3d6, and it was a 3, a 4, and then a 2, and I was like, "Oh god, god, if I did not hit this thing hard enough to break this window," like, talk
The
about the
stink.
most Adam thing you could have done in this.
The fucking bass drop of like dramatic moment and just doink.
Dung.
God.
But I got there. We broke it.
And that's why we roll dice. Excellent. So you do smash this window. Some shards of glass rain down upon you, and Percy lobs this Molotov in through the window. I won't make you roll a throw on that because you're basically just tossing it right in through an open window from point blank range. I feel like you're not really aiming for a spot inside the building for you to have
Just
to
hard
roll a
enough
throw.
to get through the window and break.
Right. So, yeah. So I'll say you won't have to roll a throw for that. It bursts. You hear shocked exclamations, and then coughing as these individuals have inhaled flames, and smoke that have, erupted so violently in their presence. And the flames do spread quite a bit. Now this has an effect on it. Roll damage, and let's see what you get.
What is the number for Molotovs? 9? 7? No, 9 is
I
the
think it's
bomb.
pretty low.
Yeah, no,
4.
9 is the bombs. 4?
It's 4. It's 4, but it has persistent.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So any effect that you roll is gonna extend the length of time that it burns.
All right, we got a 1 and 2 5s for 3 damage, 2 effects.
All right, that's good. All right, so that's gonna be 3 damage on each of the next 3 turns. All right. So they immediately take 3 damage inside the building, all of the individuals at once. That's your surprise round. Back to the top of the order, Percy.
I guess as I fall back, out of being right next to the window, can we see in the windows at all anymore, or is it kind of just fire?
At this point, it's smoke. The windows are starting to black over with soot. It's happening very quickly.
Gotcha. Then I will minor action move to get away a decent bit to get to optimal range with my rifle as well, and I will hold an attack for whoever opens a door first or jumps out a window.
All right. So you're kind of aiming generally at the side of the building,
Yeah,
just
being
anything
ready to
that comes
take a
out.
shot. Overwatch, yeah.
All right, Elias.
Me doing much the same. Me spinning I guess holding my minor action aim, my major action to shoot. If for enemy movement, whether that's them jumping out of the window or if they slam it against the door, I want to plug through the center of that door, just to further torment they're already suffering souls.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I'm holding.
Okay. Adam.
Yep. Minor action move. I'm gonna run with Percy off to somewhere safer. I think I'm gonna stick with Percy, as opposed to like triangulating, everywhere. But then we're scattered, so I think I just stick with the kid. After we kind of do the smash and throw, we run together. I'll slide. I'm gonna spend an AP to take a second minor action to basically swap Helga for my hunting rifle, and hold a major action to shoot anyone who gets out.
Okay. All right. So, as you finish doing that, you hear someone trying to jiggle the door, trying to get it open. They bang on the door, and then a shotgun blast goes off through the door, and rips through the door. Let's see what it does to that broom handle, if it's enough to break it.
I do love how many dice you get to roll in this game.
Yeah, it makes the little
It's
goblin
nice.
in the back of my brain like, ah.
Yeah, the 2d20 is great for that. I love it. Yeah, okay, so it's enough. It's more than 5 points of damage. It blasts through the broom handle. The door opens and smoke is pouring out. And one of the heavily armored guys comes out first. Comes through the door. Held actions, you can do them. Percy, yours is the first in the initiative. So,
Yep. Rolling regular dice. Well, that is unfortunate that I have 0 successes on a gunshot.
oh, that's rough.
What a rare moment.
Yeah,
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard for me to do.
yeah, it's the exuberance and the joy. That's it's just too much. All right, Elias has held action.
All right, so that is, let's see. Let's see. 2 successes.
Okay, that's enough.
I don't. That's enough. Okay, because I remember I was aiming as. Right. So then it's going to be 6. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4, and a 5. 3s are out.
So that's 5 damage,
5 damage. All
I
right.
believe. 1,
Bang.
2, 4. Oh wait, no, 4 is not. Yeah, it's
Oh.
4 damage.
4 damage.
Sorry about that.
4 damage. All right. All right. So close. Okey-dokey. Yeah. There we go. Bang.
Right. So 4 damage from your rifle. Sorry, it was the rifle, right? Or was it the shotgun?
Yeah, that's the rifle. Yeah.
Rifle.
Damage 6, AP 1.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you hit him. Where did you hit him?
Always get that. That's rolled a 9. So that would be a
Left arm.
I'm getting people in the wings today.
So, bullet goes through the armor in the left arm. It's not enough for a critical injury, but you see him back as he's stepping out. The other 2 individuals, you can see them showing up behind this guy. The second armored guy is coming next, and then Conrad's at the back. All right, back to the top of initiative. Percy. Oh, sorry, Adam.
I don't get.
Adam, you get your.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not very good at shooting, but there's a chance here.
That's what
We
you have
gotta
the
take no
shotgun for.
chances.
Sorry about that.
Well, I
but-
readied my rifle.
Oh,
So here goes.
fair.
Hold on. Oof, I would need to use 2 of the -2s to get to 2 successes. How many do we have left?
Take them. We got 6. Take them.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to use 2 of the -2s after the fact for -2 to get to 2 successes.
All right, 2 successes is what you needed.
All right, hit location. 5, torso.
Or so. All right. Damage.
5d6 for the hunting rifle. Here goes. Pretty good. Nope. 2, 5, 6.
Okay. 2, 5, 6 is 3,
4
4,
damage.
4 damage. Yes. My mathing ain't too good today. So
I want to get that 5. I know Adam doesn't really deserve critical damage effects because he's not that good at using them. But one
Yeah.
of these days I want to get one.
okay, it gets through the armor. He has a bit of damage resistance in the torso, but you do see some some flesh through the hole, so you know that you got through.
I got it. I tap Percy and I'm like, I got him. Did you? Oh, it's okay, bud.
All right, back to the top of initiative. Percy.
So, did they manage to get outside, or they only just managed to get the door open and they're still in the fire?
Doors open and they are currently outside. They are on fire because they just come from a Molotov explosion. So they will still be on fire for 2 more rounds.
Gotcha. Okay, so ignoring the guy who's got beat up by my friends who can actually shoot, because I'm not good with guns apparently. I'm gonna swap over to first Conrad. I'm gonna make a called shot at his leg. Uh,
Okay.
I'll preemptively take a -2 for this,
Go
just to be
for it.
safe. Excellent call by me to get myself to 2 successes.
Mhm.
Will that be enough to hit him?
That is enough. He does have some armor on, but that is enough to get through his armor.
Fantastic. And the called shot will be to his leg.
All right. Which leg?
We'll say right.
Okay.
The critical effect is what I'm after. And the critical effect is what I get with 6 damage.
Okay.
Two, 3 5s and a 6.
Okay. Yeah. So 6 damage to the leg. He drops down, is prone. He's on the front steps of this um this mobile office and kind of just teeters off the side, lands hard on the ground. He looks up. His back is on fire, but finally he sees you, the 3 of you, and his eyes widen. Terror. All right. That's Percy's turn.
I would actually like to do more if that's all right.
Yeah.
How much AP do we got?
We're at 4 right now. How many
Okay.
successes did you roll?
I just rolled 2 there, so I think I just barely hit.
So
okay,
4, yeah.
Yeah, we're at 4.
Okay, so I'm going to steal 2 AP to take another major action, and I will steal a third AP to take us down to 1, because I'm trying to optimize our situation here. I will be taking another called shot here, rolling 3d20 at the other unharmed guy, the other heavily armored dude who came out. This is another called shot. I'm aiming for legs, and I'll take another -2 just to be safe. Okay. All right. We have 4 successes, a critical and 2 normal. The +1 from the aim shot, and then the +1 from it being a bonus major action, but a -1 from the piercing.
So what was the total damage again?
Did it hit?
If it's 2, if you had 2 successes, it's a hit.
Okay.
All right, so we got 2 AP back.
We're hitting that leg again. And we scrape 3, 5, 6, 7 damage to hit their right leg.
Okay. Yeah, so they are knocked prone as well from this damage. Even with damage resistance, it was still enough damage to cause a critical injury. So he falls down and lands in front of Conrad. So he's got a kind of a human shield right now.
You just needed Adam to kind of
Yeah,
shit
you
talk you a
little
bit.
fire right there. Yeah. And you'll see Percy will take his minor action to pop two shots back into his rifle to end up his little go.
Okay. Elias is
He's like,
next.
I'll show you, little shit. Um. All right. On the wounded Big Chungus, I am going to just keep focusing fire on the weakest link to try and break him. Um. So I'm just going to be shooting, aiming. I'll be spending 1 ammunition to boost my damage by 1. Oh, sweet baby, yes. That's one of them is already my tag skill. So and so okay, so that's 3 successes.
Mhm.
I think that brings us up to what 5, 4 now. Okay, I am going 7 d6 of ouch. Oh, that's what I like to see. Okay. Uh, all right, that is a 2, a 5, a 5, a 5, a 6, and a 6. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a metric fuckload of statuses, which my rifle doesn't. Well, oh, it has armor piercing. Um, yeah, it's 7.
Wow.
Location
Well done.
12.
12. That is
Right arm.
right arm. Yeah, you are
Just keep
clipping
hitting those
wings.
arms.
So that is on the first guy that came out.
Yeah, that's the guy that took the initial volley.
The one still standing.
Yeah, I want
All
to
right.
I want to reduce enemy turns as much as I can.
Okay, this is the one with the shotgun. He drops that shotgun as that blast rips through his elbow, and you can see his arm is hanging by a tendon.
How's Buddy looking?
He's not looking too good. He's still alive, still on his feet. A consummate professional that's in incredible pain.
Cool. I'm Elias is a cruel man, not that cruel. I'm gonna spend 2 AP to shoot him again.
All right.
Let's see that was. Oh, 2 AP.
And after this, where are you at on AP?
We'll be after this. We're at 2 because I gained us
You gained a
3
bunch.
back.
Yeah.
I gained 3 back on my first attack. Um, so that's going to be a simple 2 successes.
Yep. That's good. That's what you needed.
All right, I'm going to be spending an ammo to do all that again. Been collecting fucking rifle ammo like it's Fallout bottle caps. Okay. Less spectacular than my last roll, but hopefully that won't matter as much. Okay. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 1, 5, 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage with just the AP is the only status. Hit location 5. If it's the right arm again, I swear to Christmas.
All right. Hit location was 5?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's torso.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
It's like this thing keeps swinging to the
Spider-Man.
right.
All right. So yeah, so you hit the arm and you're like, ah, crap, correct. And then get a heart shot direct. Just blam, blood pulses out, and this guy falls flat on his face, bleeding out on the ground. All right. And that's the end of your turn. So, Adam.
I am going to shoot the other professional
Mm-hmm.
because I love the idea of us walking up to Conrad at the end. So I'm gonna shoot the other professional first. Minor action to aim from my position back here, and then shoot. So here goes. I don't use our AP, but I do use our -2s. I'm going to use both of those -2s to get to 2 successes,
All right.
which is enough to hit him, I think, with the armor. Hit location 1. That's head,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's head.
Hey,
Fine.
all right. At least I hit somebody hard somewhere. All right, and this is 5d6 for hunting rifle.
Yep.
All right, that's I got a 3 and a 4, but then I rolled 3 2s.
Oh,
So that's 6 damage to the face.
okay. Well, he's taking a lot of fire damage too. 6 damage to the face. That is wow. Critical injury to the head, which causes him to miss his next action. As I recall, let me just this up because yeah. He cannot take normal actions in his next turn. They spend AP to perform actions, however, if if they have AP, which right now the GM does not have AP because you haven't had to buy any from me. Any action that requires vision has an increased difficulty of 2. That means it's going to be a lot harder for him to hit you if he tries to shoot. So, you're all you're doing
Leave it
great.
to
He's
Adam.
he's
Leave it to
still
Adam
alive.
to be like, I hit him in the head, and this guy's like still alive, and then I'm like, I feel somehow worse about that.
Yeah, 'cause it's all buckshot too. Like they used to that man's face now represents a hamburger. Well done.
yeah, he's got
I'm yelling, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm really sorry about this.
Okay. So with that, this guy on the ground, he cannot take an action. Conrad can. Conrad raises his hunting rifle, and he aims it at Adam, and he's going to take.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay, that's 4 successes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Um. See.
Did we fully heal on the boat, or did we only get like a certain amount of heal on the boat?
You fully healed.
Okay, good. Good.
I'm saying that you guys, yeah. That's 7 points of damage. Keep in mind you may have some damage resistance. It is
Yep.
to
Yeah, that would have killed me though if it wasn't for last time.
it is to the right arm. So that means being so much damage, it is a critical injury to your right arm. So you drop your weapon.
Hunting rifle down.
Yeah, anything held is dropped. The arm is considered broken and unusable. No actions that depend on that arm can be performed. Okay, so just keep in mind your right arm is down for the count right now. Okay, and with that, that's the end of his turn, and he takes some extra fire damage because he's still on fire and hasn't tried to put it out yet. And that means we're on the last round of fire damage coming up. Back to the top of the round, it's Percy.
Well, let's open up with dinging his meat shield because he's still alive, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's get rid of Mr. I'm still alive. Will an 18 make a complication?
Not in this case, no.
Oh, thank God. Then we just have 2 successes from a crit.
All right. Excellent. That's a hit.
All right, let's hit that. What is that? Let's hit that right arm. That was a 14 for the roll.
Okay.
And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage to his right arm.
All right. Yeah, he drops his weapon, and well, he dies. Uh, yeah, the meat shield is still there, effectively working as a meat shield, but a very dead meat shield at this point.
I'll spend an AP just to get a second minor action here, since I did move a zone away, so I'll use the first to move back up,
Okay.
and I'll use the second to interact item or object, unless I need to make this a major action, in which case I can't because I don't have a major. But I'm gonna put out Conrad. I'm gonna put out his flames. Just to sit right on top of him.
All right. Yeah, so you use that minor action, you put out the flames. I won't make you roll for it. And that's the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Elias.
Yeah, Elias is going to move up with Jojo in tow. Just stand there with his rifle pointed right at Cornell's head. And Jojo's just gonna paws four paws up on top of the charred husk of the recently extinguished, both literally and existentially, meat shield, and just do the bill the angry hunting dog snarl. And that, yeah. Now, I bet you're really aching for some fucking medicine, aren't you, Fisher?
Fuck
How
you guys.
How much is your life worth to you? Give me an offer.
Tell you what, you can have this whole shipping yard. Just let me go.
More.
You can have the hotel.
More!
That's all I've got.
How about I take your fucking scalp and I find whoever remains in your forsaken family tree and I nail it to their fucking forehead? How's that for a fucking price tag? And that'll be it.
and that's Elias's turn.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jazz.
My major action is to be extra.
Okay, Adam.
Yeah, no, I just walk up on that and just kind of holding my right arm, look down at him. I don't think I'm not gonna make the final thing. I'm just gonna look down at him. Just kind of. Yep. You know what? I could make a joke about dads. I could do all this stuff. I think Adam just looks at him and almost shivers, almost like he doesn't want to say anything. The drugs, that whole thing that Conrad held over him for so long, just kind of stares at him. Just kind of takes a deep breath and looks down. Just kind of smirks.
He lets go of his rifle. Payback's a bitch. And he uses his action to pull out a revolver and put it under his chin.
Ooh.
You guys gonna do it, or am I gonna do it?
I'll do it. Come here. Give it.
And he hands the revolver over. It's a really nice revolver.
And he's gonna, presumably it's a swivel cylinder. He's going to just plug one with a thumb, empty out the rest, and just close it. And just torture him with the fucking suspense.
Oh.
And just to give him the longest, meanest goodbye, not blinking until presumably he finally he rolls triple sevens, and the content his final thoughts are sprayed everywhere for someone to read.
I also like VB in the chat said, by the way, Conrad Gray says hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
No, it's as fucked up people as we all are. Now they're not going to the same place.
yeah.
Conrad's going somewhere special.
I'll consider this kill shot coup de grace. I won't make you roll damage and have it, risk it turning out that it wouldn't go. This is he had nothing else left that he could do in that moment anyway. You blow his brains out right underneath along the side of this mobile office that he worked from. And that's when you hear a whistling sound coming from inside. Sounds and this is from your perception survival roll from before, the one that I had you guys roll in advance. All three of you hear this loud whistling sound, and you realize that there's something inside that's going to explode.
Well, skedaddle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you want to leave now? Is there anything else you wanted to do to Conrad before you go? Did you want to bring him with you for extra insult to injury? Is there anything? You're just saying.
I understood. Yeah, because presumably his revolver is Gucci'd up as any
It's
self-deprecating warlord would be.
fully upgraded. His rifle is fully upgraded as well.
So we take his rifle and his revolver. That's probably gonna be proof enough that we killed the boss, because no one's gonna be without their super special weapons in a setting like this, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, time to go.
All right. Word travels fast. As you are running out of this area, the smoke has cleared. And guards and people that worked for Conrad see you carrying his weapons with blood spatter across your face. And that grin. And they decide that they're not getting paid and it's not worth the fight. So you're able to get past. You get to the pier, and Clara pulls around, smashing the boat against the side of the pier a little bit, because she didn't roll very well to learn. Unfortunately, there was a critical failure.
Yeah, we're gonna work on that.
Yeah, she just needs a little more practice. That's all. It was her first time. So yeah, you get on the boat with her. She looks at the shipping yard, and a huge smile crosses her face. She says, well, I guess now it's mine. I'll make sure you guys get yours. I've got
That you do.
a pallet of ammunition. That's what owed to you. And I'll give you an extra for doing a great job.
So transactional.
Oh, shame. Just like, may not be blood, but it's a family business.
Yeah. With that, you have the boat. Clara gets off and starts walking down the pier. Is there anything you guys wanted to say to her, or anything that you wanted to do?
So, can I come get breakfast sometime, or
Saturday brunch once a month, just to check in.
how do we?
She nods. She thinks about her mom. She thinks about the man that called himself dad. She thinks about her brother. And she looks up at you and says, I've got nobody else. Let's find out who you are.
Oh, there are fun parts of that story. Yeah. Let's find out who you are.
And with that, she walks away. You guys have Ray on the boat. Is there anything you'd like to do before we forward?
Elias is he's riding that high, knowing it's going to be brief, because yeah, that his driving purpose for the past apocalypse has been this, and now he is a man without purpose, and that gun is feeling really heavy in his hands right now. So he's still relishing and finally doing it, finally keeping his word for goddamn once.
And how's Percy feeling?
I suppose a similar way. As all he's done is survive. Keep his parents and brothers safe and fed. They did their part, obviously, but that's all he ever thought about doing. And now, in the span of 2 days, he finds his missing brother. He's already lost him, and then loses Gray, and doesn't even get the recompense of killing either of the men responsible, and is now left with nothing to take home to mom and dad except the same old hunting rifle we all use. Doesn't feel like anything. There's a lot of that going around.
Yeah, it's rough. So, over the time that follows, Clara keeps her word. She gives 2 pallets of ammunition all to share. And opens up trade to anyone that would be interested if you have a community that you would like to connect her with. But yeah, she has those regular brunches with her dad. But from here, where do you see yourselves going? Would you see yourselves staying together as a group, or splitting off, heading back home? What do you think, Percy? Where do you see yourself going after this is all over?
Mom and dad are still here. We've been in this QZ. Now we got plenty of ammo to keep ourselves wealthy, I suppose is the best way to describe it. I can still do jobs. I can trade with it and keep doing what they do. Just with an empty room in the apartment and a lot less conversation than we used to. Maybe
Sorry, go on.
make a nice gravestone for Joseph. Right next to Grace.
If you choose, I could say that if you wanted to go and collect Joseph's body, you are able to do so.
I'm sure we'll do that.
Especially
once
with
Mom
your
and Dad
shot.
know. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Elias, where are you when all this is over?
So as the high wears off, that that hollow sense settles in. And the day that follows, then the sunrise, he's just looking out at the river, just like idly spinning the chamber of Conrad's gun, as contemplating the throw it in, let it sink, or punch his ticket. Yeah, this has been the agony that had been keeping him awake and keeping him going forward, and sometimes quite literally biting the bullet to make it through each agonizing day is no longer there. And with that driving force gone, he's questioning his own strength and resolve, because it never come from a constructive, good place. It was only his hands were only ever made for breaking down things. But he, someday, some point in time, while everyone was recuperating, resting, gathering the supplies, Elias and Jojo are just gone. That vacant cot. Heart not even slept in. And as time passes, as it does, not a word, not a peep. And the guy's gone like an apparition. Like the haints from his home hills. And then finally, probably as it gets closer to the colder months, for the first time in a long time, a lone traveler and a bit of a grown out beard, a rifle slung, and a dog with winter booties approaches Percy's compound. Just like, you hungry for Rudolph? And he just have like a wrapped bag of venison.
God, it's only been a few months. How'd you get this fucking old?
Oh, fuck you too, spring chicken.
Yeah, well, we got some fresh razors in a few days ago.
I don't know. I think it makes me look distinguished.
I think you look like a mountain man who's walking around in the snow looking to scare people.
You do know what Appalachia is, don't you?
Oh, please, we went through there when we came up from Louisiana.
Yeah, I am a mountain man. And that's always pointing that. Yeah, he needed to like go back to his roots. Then you know go back to his roots to find his footing. Now he's enduring and surviving.
That's great. Uh, that that give and take, you guys. Um, okay, Adam. Where do you see things going? You and Clara.
Yeah, I think Adam, obviously he's still, we were saying at the beginning of this, which is only a couple days, this whole thing. Um, he's still dealing with, withdrawal symptoms and trying to get clean. He definitely struggles with that a lot, but like anything else, pours himself into work. And I think that he doesn't like the idea of Clara just taking over Conrad's, like, you know, just ammunitions selling and kind of like shady business operation. Um, but he also doesn't, he knows he doesn't have really a say in what her life's allowed to be at this point. So he does those breakfasts and he shows up and he talks all the time and he asks how it's going. He tries to guide her to be less unnecessarily terrible. You know what I mean? Um, and I think that he realizes, you know, I don't know how much it comes up in the video games, but like boat travel seems like a pretty good idea if that can be something that is a sustainable, like reasonable resource. So I think he, with his history of helicopter repair and all that stuff in his military days, works on like getting a fleet of trade ships going for her and becomes like a river trader like with all of her stuff. He goes to Percy's QZ, he accesses it as closely as he can, brings stuff on the rivers. um I think maybe they laid Gray to rest in like a marsh somewhere in like a nice just quiet section of a river where they took the boat. They probably spent that next morning just on like a beach not talking. You know what I mean? Like, let's go somewhere away from everything. And, they probably put Gray there, so he probably goes there often. And just keeps himself busy. He tries to fix as much as he can for as much as he let break a long time ago.
And I'd say over time your influence on Clara is a positive one.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever get to, that kind of real father-daughter relationship, but I think we get to one where she doesn't just tolerate me. She probably enjoys my company a little bit.
Yeah. You make her laugh, and uh she does have a respect for you. And it takes your advice in a lot of situations. However, she still hasn't gotten to the point of calling you dad, not yet.
Yeah.
All right, and I think with that, that would be the end of our session. Is there anything else any of you would like to add for your character or anything? Anything that's left unsaid?
No, Jojo made it, so I'm happy.
Yeah, Jojo made it.
Yeah,
And the internet breathes a collective sigh of relief.
yeah, because Elias could have been torn into bacon strips, but so long as Jojo survived.
Hey, it was Harry with that bloater.
Oh yeah, but like he came out the other end like fucking Captain America.
um, and with that, then that's the end of this campaign. I I know we'll talk a little bit more about what you all feel like doing as far as the next campaign. Right now, the current potential theme is Silent Hill, uh, different characters, but you know, a new setting, potentially a new game system that will be, you know, make and do things that it wasn't designed to do. You know, all that fun. Um, so, uh, again, it's been an honor to play with you all. It's
It's
been, sorry.
been a pleasure. It's been an honor and a pleasure as well. I love the Modiphius systems. I love the way you jailbroke this, and I love the way you ran it. So every session was a good session.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. I have agonized over these sessions before and after. So I appreciate that. I really do. But I genuinely, all four of you, and yes, I'm talking to you too, VB, been amazing. And this session encapsulated, even just itself, shows how good you all are. And the last session as well, just how powerful the RP can be. It's just so dedicated to a great game, and I appreciate getting to be a GM for you. And for all of you that are watching, I'm humbled that you've been here, that you've stuck with us, that you've been watching the show, whether you've seen every episode or whether you've just cut this one on its own. I'm glad that you're here, and I am honored to get to have been able to do this. I do apologize. This session is longer than I expected, but being the finale, we had to tie up some loose ends and wrap things up and give everybody their moments. And I think that that's something that hopefully you feel we accomplished. So, all right. Without further ado, I think it's time to say so long. I don't know when we'll be picking up on the next season with Silent Hill, but you know, it may be a bit of a break of a couple of months. I'll have to talk to Rob and see what he's got in mind. But yeah, there we are. Thanks again for everything, and have yourself an amazing, amazing time in your own personal wasteland, this post-apocalyptic reality that we find ourselves in now. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Much love. Thank you so much.
Thank you.